We are back, baby. We are back!
We're back! Classic!
I'm in danger!
Paradox have just announced Stellaris Season 9, which includes not 1, not 2, but 3 brand new DLC. 2 rather meaty expansions, Biogenesis, which will rework Biological Ascension, and Shadows of the Shroud, which will rework Psionic Ascension, alongside a species pack called Infernals. You can pick up Stellaris Season 9 right now, or just Biogenesis, by using our affiliate link down in the description below, which will also help to support this channel. I'll explain that in a little bit more detail later on in the video, but first, let's find out what meaty expansion is coming to us very, very soon. Metal rusts, but flesh adapts. Paradox have just announced the start of Stellaris Season 9. It's going to begin with the Biogenesis expansion, which will be released alongside the Stellaris 4.0 Phoenix update. That is the big update that's coming out very soon, where they have smashed up the pop system, the trade system. We currently have a beta for it that you can play right now, but alongside that 4.0 release, we're going to get Biogenesis, the future of evolution. This continues the devs' ongoing quest to remaster the Ascension paths by granting you unprecedented power over life itself. Stellaris Biogenesis is hatching on May the 5th this year. And I have to say, what a crazy way to celebrate the revenge of the 5th. After a long time in the dark, the Biological Ascension path is going to be great again. Evolution had its chance, now it's our turn. So what is going to be in the Stellaris Biogenesis expansion? This DLC will have 2 biological ship sets. You'll be able to command living fleets that evolve alongside your empire. You can customize these genetic marvels for specialized roles, from ferocious maulers to adaptable support weavers, each capable of empowering allies and weakening foes. These are the proper bioships that we were promised just before the release of Grand Archive late last year. There are also going to be 3 new origins included in the Biogenesis DLC. They are evolutionary predators, allowing you to push the boundaries of species traits by unlocking and combining each unique phenotype abilities to craft the ultimate adaptive empire. It sounds like this is basically going to allow us to have a lot of additional trait picks and points, basically the Pokemon of Origins. Then there's Starlit Citadel. Solve the mystery of your empire's biological attackers while boosting hyperlane choke point strategies with early access to the Deep Space Citadel megastructure. That must mean there is a brand new megastructure coming with the Biogenesis DLC, the Deep Space Citadel. I'm also very interested in the fact they're mentioning boosting hyperlane choke point strategies with this megastructure. Possibly we are finally getting some form of defensive megastructure outside of just the strategic command, that it boosts our naval capacity alongside fleet cap and defense platform limit empire-wide. Wilderness is the 3rd origin we're going to get. You'll begin as a sapient planetary ecosystem, which I think is basically, from a thematic perspective, going to be like the planet Ego from some comic books. You're going to be a living gestalt of countless life forms united together in harmony, seeking to spread your consciousness to the stars. This kind of has some Lovecraftian horror elements to me in reading it. Actually, the Wilderness origin, I'm pretty creeped out by it, but I think it could be a very interesting origin. I can't wait to find out more information about these 3 new origins. They have, of course, overhauled the genetic ascension. We're now going to be getting 3 unique ascension paths that are all basically under the umbra of genetic: the cloning, purity, and mutation. Alongside that, we're going to get 18 enhanced authority. So, like the synthetic and cybernetic ascension paths improve your government authority to give you brand new bonuses, we're going to be getting that with cloning, purity, and mutation, it sounds like. You can customize your genetic ascension by blending. Blending, so they're not just unique. purity, cloning, and mutation traditions into a unique path for your playstyle. That sounds very exciting, so maybe we'll be able to pick and choose different elements from purity, cloning, and mutation. Hives with a twist is coming in the brand new Biogenesis DLC. There is now, for the first time ever, going to be a hive fallen empire. A fractured hive mind struggling to awake between its 3 splintered personalities. We also have 6 brand new civics coming in: genetic identification, crowdsourcing, familiar face, aerospace adaptation, shared genetics, and civil education. I'm guessing some of these will have something to do, for example, aerospace adaptation with the biological ship sets. That does kind of sound like that's where we're going with that one. And then, of course, they all have some sort of genetic background. Other than civil education, interested to find out more about that one. That one sounds like kind of a mixture between Byzantine bureaucracy and technocracy in terms of well, it's civil education. Hopefully it's going to be doing something good for our empire's bureaucrats. Deep Space Citadels is the newest megastructure being added to the game. It is a versatile new defensive station capable of holding off powerful enemy fleets at any system. We're going to have to find out how good this thing is, whether or not it can have defensive platforms, exactly how it works. I wonder if we can only build this around planets, or if we have to build it outside of the gravity well of a system, which is going to be right at the warp point. I am really excited to find out more about this Citadel. Static warfare has always intrigued and excited me. I do like turtling up, and we have limited options for that in Stellaris. Normal star bases are generally too weak in the late game to hold off either crisis fleets or other players. If we can build a massive megastructure to do that, I am very much on board, especially if I can put it in the L-Gate system. Yes, please, thank you. Yes, please, thank you. The Behemoth Fury Crisis Path has also been added. Yes, there's even more, ladies and gentlemen. The apex predators of the stars are not bound by petty limitations. Cast off the biological weaknesses that hold you back and become a force of nature. What on earth do you think this is, ladies and gentlemen? Behemoth Fury Crisis Path. We already have the Nemesis Crisis Path, which is basically blow up the galaxy to escape into the Shroud and cast off your petty bodies to become creatures of pure consciousness alone. Then we, of course, have the newest Crisis Path that came in Machine Age, which allows you to skip off to another reality to create your own reality. And now Behemoth Fury, which is all about apex predators and casting off biological weaknesses. Wowzers. Let me know in the comments what you think. And there's even more. On top of that, we're also getting 16 new genetic species traits, including phenotype-based traits. Those are traits unique to individual species portrait sets. And we're getting portraits that change based on pop strata and leader level. That's going to be very, very interesting. 2 new diplomatic rooms and city sets, and 7 new music tracks. Alright, that's the feature list. We've gone through it. I've not really read it in order, but there we are. Important to note here as well, those biological ship sets we're getting will have their own unique and distinct mechanics, which will make them different from the normal machine-based ships. Wow. Alright, there is a lot to go through here in terms of what we are getting in this DLC. This is, I believe, going to be the big expansion, the big DLC for 2025. Well, actually, we kind of know this is the big expansion because we've seen what the other DLC are going to be coming out throughout the rest of the year as well. When do we find out more information about Biogenesis? Well, on March the 27th, which is in just a few days' time, we're going to be finding out about the biological ships and their mechanics. On April the 3rd, we'll be finding out about the new Bioascension, traditions, and advanced government types. The next week, on the 10th, we're finding out about phenotype traits and evolutionary predators origin. Then on the 17th, we're getting Deep Space Citadel and Starlit Citadel origin, lit up, if you'll pardon the pun. On the 24th of April, the Hive Fallen Empire and the Wilderness origin will be illuminated for us. On May 1st, we will be getting information about the new civics, the Behemoth Fury Crisis Path, And then on May 5th, in just a little over a month's time, on the Revenge of the 5th, we will be getting our hands on both Stellaris 4.0 and the Biogenesis DLC. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're excited as well. Now let's dive into the rest of the expansion pass and find out what on earth is happening with the rest of the year and the 2 other DLC that are coming after Biogenesis. And if you're enjoying this video, please burgeon that like button. The Stellaris Season 9 expansion pass will be your gateway to an entire year of cosmic evolution, psionic mysteries, and apocalyptic infernos. With instant access to the exclusive Stargazer species portrait, that's this portrait, I think you can see it here on the bottom left, yeah, the one that looks like the star thing from Superman that takes over Superman, kind of creepy and scary, but yep, there's definitely no cosmic horror in this expansion year. No, we're all good. So you'll get instant access to that one, and then the 3 major content packs that will apparently redefine the biological and psionic ascensions alongside the developer's most ambitious species pack so far, the title we actually heard about rather recently when it got leaked, Infernals. Purchasing the expansion pass grants access to all 4 DLCs as soon as they become available. And not only can you buy the Season 9 pass right now, which is basically pre-purchasing all of those DLC, you could also, if you don't know for certain you're going to want the DLC, pick up just Biogenesis if that's what you'd like to grab, pre-purchasing that, I believe for $25 or €25 or your regional equivalent. The Season Pass gives you a 20% discount, and that's $45 or €45 or your regional equivalent. I'm also excited to announce that we have got our very own affiliate link with the Paradox store. What does that mean? Well, if you follow our affiliate link down in the description, or once it's working, because at the moment it doesn't seem to be working, use the code MONTUPLAYS in the Paradox store, about 12% of your purchase will go towards supporting this channel. Basically, from the Paradox store, you can buy the Steam keys and then use them on Steam to get access to whatever it is you want. And that doesn't just work for the Stellaris Season 9 expansion pass. If you follow our link and buy anything from the Paradox store, such as the Machine Age DLC or the Stellaris base game, which are on sale right now, you'll also be supporting this channel. Alright, let's now find out about the other 2 DLC coming out later on this year. Biogenesis is coming May 5th. In quarter 3, we're going to be getting Shadows of the Shroud. That is the expansion that will rework the Psionic Ascension path. The Psionic Plane holds untold power, but at what cost? Shadows of the Shroud is a complete overhaul of the Psionic Ascension path, introducing new moral dilemmas, patron allegiances, and a whole new way of interacting with the mysteries of the Shroud. You can breach into the Shroud, just like at the moment, but that will shape your Empire's spiritual destiny with a revamped Shroud system. Exactly what that new system is, we don't yet know, but I'm excited. I kind of hope some of the RNG goes away a bit, because yes, RNG can be funny. I find the Psionic Shroud stuff can be a little bit annoying and overbearing when it's just rolling, like trying to roll for that damn Galatron. Anyway, then there's the Shroud panel, a new way to track your Empire's attunement and unlock new powers. That sounds very exciting. Yes, please. They've revamped the end of the cycle, the ultimate deal with the devil, but can you delay the inevitable? Possibly this is going to allow us to be interacting with the end of the cycle and renegotiating the terms of our agreement. There are going to be psionic auras. You could let your Shroud influence shape entire star systems. There's also going to be new content, that is new origins, civics, ships, government types, and more. That one, Shadows of the Shroud, is only going to cost about $20. That's $5 or €5 less than Biogenesis, indicating it's a smaller DLC. I'm wondering what we're missing here, because by the look of things, it sounds like, other than the brand new ship types, the biological ship types, we're getting pretty much as much content in the Shadows of the Shroud DLC. From my point of view, I think I'm actually more excited about Shadows of the Shroud and reworking psionics than I am about Biogenesis. I like bio stuff, don't get me wrong, I like it as much as the next gentleman, but Shadows of the Shroud, the psionic system, now that I think is very scary and interesting. What about the Infernals Species Pack? We've heard that name rather recently because it was accidentally leaked in the open beta files. Now let's find out what's in it. I had speculated this might be something demonic, possibly a Shroud type rework, but it sounds like it's actually going to be more about heat. Forge your destiny in the Stellaris Infernals Species Pack, Paradox's most ambitious species pack ever. Adapted to the relentless heat and volatile landscapes, you wield the power of extreme environments to reshape the galaxy. Will your empire thrive in heat or be consumed by the very forces it seeks to command? Player Crisis Path. You will be able to burn the galaxy to ashes as your empire thrives in destruction. So this year, we're getting 2 new player crisis paths. Biogenesis is bringing the Behemoth Fury crisis path, and Infernals is bringing the burn the galaxy to ashes crisis path. Exactly what that is yet, we don't quite know, but it sounds like we're going to be turning everything into possibly volcanic worlds, a new planetary class with unique districts, events, and archaeology sites. There are also going to be new origins, unearth ancient kin, or endure the scorching wrath of a dying sun in 2 new origins coming with Infernals. And then on top of that, as you could expect, we're getting ships, portraits, civics, and more that will all be infernal. This one's going to be $12.99, so $13 or €13 or your regional equivalent. Looking at the pricing structures, if you buy the Season 9 pass, you're basically getting the Infernal Species Pack for free, because buying Shadows of the Shroud plus Biogenesis is the same price as the Season 9 pass, and I suspect Biogenesis and Shadows of the Shroud are both going to be must-have DLC, given that they are reworking the other 2 Ascension Path types, Biological and Psionic. And ascending in Stellaris is one of the most important things you can do in the game. Missing out on either of those is probably not going to be very much fun. Realistically, reading this, if you liked Machine Age, I think basically, without actually finding out what's going to be in Biogenesis or Shadows of the Shroud, I'm suspecting those 2 are going to probably be must-have DLC, but I definitely don't want to say that for certain until we've seen what is in them. The rest of this year is looking very, very exciting. I can't wait to find out more, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, if you'd like to pick up Stellaris Season 9 and also support this channel, you can use our affiliate link to head over to the Paradox store and purchase the Stellaris Season 9 Pass or Biogenesis or anything else your heart desires from the Paradox store, and then also supporting us. For the first few hours after this video goes live, I'm going to try and respond and read through as many of your comments as I can. So if you've got any theory crafting you want to share, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to have a chat about Stellaris, Biogenesis, Shadows of the Shroud, and everything coming in the next 12 months.